Guys, let's make sure that we're not being heard beforehand. That is the wrong stream. That is the wrong stream. So we don't get copywritten. Oh, we can be heard. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Renatus. How you guys doing? You guys doing good? Doing great? Awesome. Well, let us introduce ourselves. I will go first for this. My name is Ace. I am also known as the Friendly Celestial, or on here, the DM that does not need an introduction, but gives you one anyways. Now, would my players please like to introduce themselves?
In which order?
Riley, how about you go first?
Hi, I'm Riley. I'm playing as Riley, our resident Blood Huntress.
Gonna wait for that little tidbit of music to stop until we keep going. So, let's see. Abby's chewing, so we can't do Abby yet. So, how about Damon?
Sorry for everyone that heard that. My name is Damon. I am playing Victor the Fallen Azmir Hexblade Warlock Zealot Barbarian.
That was kind of
Hi.
perfect, though.
In true barbarian form.
Yes. Alrighty. Next, we got Abby, or we got Reese.
Hi, I'm Reese. I am playing the one and only Iggy Mammoth of the House of Dawn, a Fire Genasi bard. Maybe here to stay, but mostly here to slay.
Nice. Okay, and last but not least,
I'm playing Hops, the swashbuckling rogue. It's Smidge of Warlock.
and a smidge of Warlock. Wow. Alrighty. Who would like to recap?
For our end of things, I'll recap because somebody is dying over there. So Iggy goes chasing after Victor, only for the two of them to have a moment that is interrupted by a child, and Iggy goes to take child back to mother or to Lewis, but ends up getting captured, and along with Victor, who is also trying to come to the rescue, but turns out it was a trap, and now we're on a boat.
On a boat!
Rock the boat. Rock the Bronzefort boat. Anyways, Hops or Riley, do you guys want to try to recap? Wow, I just forgot how to word for a hot second, guys. Would you guys like to
Words
recap
are
your
hard.
guys' end? Yes, they are.
So, Pops and I, we dismembered the Gazelle Shepherd that I took back from places. Pops kept the horn, and I kept a hoof because I'm planning things. Then we waited until after dusk to try to find Iggy and Victor because they haven't come back, and it's near dinner time. So we're like, let's go find them. But before that, I tamed a little baby gator.
Yeah. And what was the name for the baby gator?
Chompers.
Chompers. So glad you didn't say chops. And if you know why, then you and I should be friends, dear viewers. But anyways, we are going to get started. Let's get started with... Alright, we're going to get started with Hops and Riley. So as you guys figure out what needs to be done, are you guys going to stay the night at the tavern, or are you guys going to head straight to the docks? That was the first question I needed to ask.
At the end of last session, we decided to stay the night in that little house that the guy pulled us into.
Alrighty. Well,
I kept watch overnight, and then we went back to Lewis's tavern
alright.
the next day.
And so, does your character do trance, or does your character have to do a full 8 hours of sleep?
Trance. So.
Alright, so you do still get a full rest. Got it.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, as the day starts to break through, it's starting to make rumbles and rumbles going through. You hear the waves of the rocky ocean that is near this edge point. Getting not treacherous waters, but they're starting to get a little rough when it comes to it. You can feel a light mist as you guys are going through. To get to your guys' destination to meet up with, I gotta get names, I feel bad, I'm so sorry, Abby, The DM's loading. Sorry, guys. There's just a DM buffer going on right now. Buffering. I
Do you
need to...
my captain's name?
Yes, please.
Melissa or Mel.
Mel? Okay, Captain
Yeah.
Mel.
Yeah, also known as Hawkeyes. Because
Hawk.
her last name's Hawks.
Nice. Alrighty. So you would know that it's around the time frame that either later in the day or soon that they're going to be making sail. And I'll say that you're about a half hour's walk when it comes to the whole entire thing. Is there any role playing you want to do with Riley before this, or what would you like to do? Both of you. How are you two feeling right now?
Making it.
Antsy to go rescue our friends.
Alright. And so with that sense of urgency, you guys are making your way through. You see different parts of this really rusty, raggedy, crappy-looking little village before you make it back to Cordyshai fully. As you guys head to the docks, you see that the waters are still kind of rough, but they haven't gone through. You hear the sounds of voices of people getting ready to get on the ship, and off in the distance you hear, "Aye, get yourself ready! We're gonna be setting off!" You would recognize that as the voice of your captain, Hops. Do you want to describe her for everybody, please? Give us a nice little...
Well, really honestly flushed or fully out of my brain, but I was thinking like short pixie cut kind of thing.
Okay, oh,
Don't
hold
have
on.
to deal with
Ah,
that.
that's loud. Ah, that's loud. Ah, no. Ah, no. I'm sorry, everybody. Ah. The apologies. For those of you that want to know what type of music we're using, we are using tabletop audio. Is that better? Quiet?
Yes.
Okay. I apologize, everybody. I'm gonna turn it down even a little bit more. Is that better? Everyone feels safe. Everyone feels good.
That's the same on my end.
Coolio. Well, if this would actually stop doing its thing, because it's a little bit of a glitchy site, but other than that, it's a relatively good site. Tabletop Audio has royalty stuff that we're able to use, and thank you Tabletop Audio for allowing us to use it during our stream. You guys can check them out and even support them on Patreon if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. They got free stuff online as well. Alright. Would you like to carry on with the description? I do apologize for that glitch.
Sorry. Give me a second to collect my thoughts for that. On the taller side for human lady, pixie cuts that don't have to worry about enduring in any kind of weather. But a little on the brawny side.
Okay.
Because, well, sailor. Dark hair, bright eyes.
Alrighty. Well, you see her. She has a little clipboard making sure that she's all set with everything going through. And as she does that, she looks just like, "Ah, there's my little mate. How you doing?"
Yeah, I've been on quite an adventure the last couple weeks.
Aye. Looks like you made a friend.
And got a couple more that got kidnapped last night.
Napped, you say? What kind of trouble you get into, kid?
They got taken to Bronzefort.
Interesting. Well, we just got word that we're supposed to go to Bronzefort. Sorry, my voice acting's not going to be the best today, guys. I do apologize for that. But she kind of goes on to say, well, we're kind of about to avoid Bronzefort. We heard of some troubling causes, and even though the pay might be good, if we were to go up there right now, it's not usually the safest at this time, from what I heard. At least when it comes to the ship, that is.
So has Bronzefort really fallen?
Aye. From what I heard, Damon, Reese, can you take off your headphones? Y'all can't know this shit. Okay. From what I've heard, there has been a monster being summoned and is being controlled by a group of individuals. And those individuals were successfully able to sneak within the... What's the word for it? I hate labels when it comes to certain things, and especially politics, but got up into the higher ranks. There we go, that's the word. So yes, although a lot of our contracts can be seen up there, I don't want to mess with whatever monster they use to bring down the city. And it sounds like they're trying to... If your friends were taken that way, it sounds like they might be sacrificed. Maybe guess 3 to 4 days' time if we leave now.
They've been helping with a larger mission and getting me leads on getting Melody back.
Oh, the wee lass that you used to be friends with.
Yeah, some magic stuff happened with her, but...
Do you have her with her? This is a DM question.
She's still safe at Lewis's.
Okay.
If he's fine with that.
Yeah, Lewis would have been fine by that. Well, it's a good thing you found a remnant, I guess, of her.
Yeah, she's been kind of split between her body somewhere, her soul's somewhere else, and it's attached to like a puppet thing. So I can kind of commune with her on a rare occasion.
Well, that's rather interesting, kid. Either way, we're supposed to be heading to the southern border. Not a lot of work that way, but that's at least the game plan that we were planning to do. Should be taking the same amount of time. If you are going to try to convince her, you have to roll to persuade her. After all, she is the captain.
Mm-hmm. Is there any way you could get us close to Bronzefort? Just like drop us off and we can on the edge.
Alright, I'll e-roll for it.
Rolled 19 and got a 23.
That's pretty good, actually. I do apologize for the dogs. I promise the dogs won't bite. This is out of character. This is just primarily because of, again, dogs. I have to make sure she doesn't try anything. Give me one quick moment. I'm trying to pull up the map. Come on. I do apologize for the inconvenience. You're making me dig through my own PDF file. Which isn't a bad thing. It's a good thing. It means that I have stuff written down. She kind of looks at you. She throws on her hat. She matched you, by the way. For a 19. But she doesn't have the plus stats. Well, I can't get you too close. You would have to use a dinghy. You would have to pay me back for said dinghy if it was to break. However, I can get you at least close enough to where it would be a day's worth of travel, maybe half a day on foot. That way it's safe in us, depending on whatever creature it is that's going to be out there. And any other ships that might be working for whatever the hell it is.
That can work. It'd give us a way to be able to sneak out of there.
Mm.
After making sure they're okay, and if they're in ship-shop shape, we could probably deal with the problem. So then we can get our contracts back.
How about this? I'll give you 5 days. Maybe... Actually, depending on food and stuff, I can give you 3 days, and if I don't see you back on the docks, you're gonna be ditched there. You have to find your own way back, at least to here, or you could try to find us in a different area, but at least that way you'll hear word of mouth if you stay on this west coast of us. Sound like a deal?
Sounds like a great deal.
Alrighty, and you'll get 1/10 of whatever we get from the contract, since you aren't technically helping with it, and you're doing something that is of greater matter. Besides, you still need to get your pay from this trip beforehand, and she hands you 60 silver pieces in a tiny satchel. It's the equivalent of 6 gold, but
Fine
still,
silver.
yeah, but pension's pension, so.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of looks at you, Riley, and says, "You ever set foot on sail before?"
Not that I'm aware of.
"Well, you're about to learn how to have your land legs." Pats you on the back. And as you guys kind of go through this little montage of getting sails ready and getting ship shape, off in the distance you start to see that you're going to have to learn how to have your sea legs pretty quickly because a storm's coming along that way. And that you're going to have to brace yourself for a storm. As that's going on, we're going to go to the other folk. Can we try to get their attention? Can we maybe have one yell at the other, or convince one to come back? Oh, there we go. There we go. Look at the players coming back. Look at the lovely players. They don't get the soft music. They get the intense music. They get the fun music. Hello, gentlemen. I'm trying to get the music going. I want to make sure everyone can hear me. Can you fellows hear me? Hello, hello.
I hear you.
Okay. Iggy, can you hear us? Okay, good. I just didn't hear a response, and I couldn't see the said response, so the DM got worried. Okay.
I just had things muted.
Okay. Perfectly fine. Alright, trying to get everything, all set and going when it comes to it. Come on. There we go. These are just your basic sounds that you would find if you were to go onto a royalty-free site. These are just nature sounds that can be looped over and over again for anyone that's focusing. This is not on tabletop audio, but these are at least royalty-free sounds that we are able to use of just basic nature storms, which is great when you're trying to go to sleep. So, you guys have finally come out of this groggy state. Your vision might have gotten blurred for the first time in a little bit until your eyes were able to adjust. How do you guys feel rolling a constitution quickly for me?
17.
Okay.
6.
6? Okay. We're going to start with Victor. Victor, you are not one made for the sea. This boat, it's rocking. Your vision's already kind of blurred from just being knocked out and waking back up. It's horrendous. You are going to be feeling nauseous. You can choose to throw up if you want to, but that is on your character's choice, not mine. You hear the sounds of shackled chains being between your ankles and your arms. You try to look at your surroundings. Reese, for Iggy, he doesn't like the water because fire genasi, but it's stable enough that you don't care about the swaying. You've been in worse swaying conditions before, but it's still completely and utterly, like, disgusting in your mind. As you go through, you just hear that of the ship kind of going back and forth with the sound of the chains that keep on clashing through. Iggy, you'll realize that you have chains that are a little bit different than Victor's. Almost as if they have more simple symbols on them in some way, shape, or form. You also notice that the bottom barrier of your cell is made out of metal, and that the bars itself are also made of some kind of metal, so you can't really burn your surroundings. This is just at quick glance.
I am going to try to do produce flame to test a theory.
Alright. As you go to try to produce flame, your finger... How are you producing the flame? Are you using your fingers, like snap of a finger, like a match, or...
Snap a finger into palm.
Alright, you see sparks from your finger, almost like a lighter that's not able to light. You do burn that spell slot, though.
Cantrip.
Oh, it's a cantrip. Okay, there you go. So you try to do it, and it's just basically just the basic sound when it comes to it.
My fingers are not for nibbling bobbins.
It's just a dog.
The Doge has decided he wants attention from me now.
The Bork wants attention. As you go through at quick glance. So that's basically what you see at quick glance. You two are in the same cell, mind you?
Okay, that was going to be a question.
Yes. Yes, you two are in the same cell. You guys are on opposite sides. You guys are able to get close, but not close enough, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, you got like a 5 foot, like, not like a basic I'll say like a 3 foot gap, so you guys can't reach arms over length type of thing. Okay. It's like in the Saw movie, where it's like those two people were on the opposite ends. Oh, and if they try to reach through, they couldn't make it to the middle. Okay. Excuse me.
Never watched the Saw movies.
I think Riley and I watched one Saw movie, and we fell asleep through it.
Yeah, I'm not one for gore for the sake of gore.
Oh, I love gore for the sake of gore, but that's just me. As you guys are doing that, how are you guys feeling? What's going through your guys' heads right now?
Cracking it out, standing up, rolling shoulders. This is not as I had expected, but pleasantly surprised.
You do realize that your dog's not with you?
Yeah, I know. I left him back at the
tavern?
Okay. The tavern.
Just reminding you, your dog is with the party.
Yep.
The other half.
Yep. Now, how are you holding up?
You're getting close. You have a barrel that's close by if you need to, and also a bucket that's used for you going to the bathroom to share between the two of you.
Slow breaths, in through your nose, out through your mouth. It'll help. Family functions aboard a yacht is no fun, but at least this isn't like when I was 16. We got stuck in a storm. Yes.
Yeah.
This is nothing compared to that, so.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You just make perception checks, you two.
And perception. Ooh, +2. Ooh, okay, that's a lot better. 17.
Okay.
8. We're trading off. Stop.
Reese, you are too focused when it comes to your shackles, to your magic. Why is your magic not primarily working? You're just reminiscing on the past. As you keep on talking about your past, about being stuck in that storm, Victor, you overhear the groaning and a little bit of snoring off in the distance. As you go and you look, you see directly across from you guys, as if you were like to turn left angle type of ordeal, you get to see another cell, but that cell's completely made out of wood. It's a little dark on their side, but so it's a little hard to make out completely. They would have to fully show themselves when it comes to it.
I'm gonna get closer to the where the other cell is and look inside. Do you see anything?
As you get close enough, you become almost arm's reach to the bars. You're able to pull yourself a little closer, as if you're able to stick your head out just barely a little bit. You see what appears to be. Let me go grab my notes. You see, if it loads. Oh my gosh, please load. Stress. You see what looks like to be a very much human female.
Yeah.
And you also see what looks like to be a sleeping half-elf. He looks more of the sailor type. When it comes to his stuff, looks like he knows what he's doing. Looks a bit like a craftsman when it comes to that ordeal.
Mm-hmm.
As that's going on, you hear one of them say, "You know, don't try to get out of those, you know. Unless you want to not get fed later."
What do you mean by that exactly?
Well, if my knowledge is correct, this is you see this person count the days on their fingers. Oh, I've lost track. All I know is that every other day we get one meal, just enough to live. And we'll be off the ship sometime soon. Hoorah.
Who are you?
Who am I? Well, my name is Morbari. Morbari.
Bari.
Yes. I'm not one for the seas. More of the craftsmanship, if that makes sense. I'm more for the distinctions of fine cutlery and creating things like kettles for people. Not the adventuring type at all, to be honest with you, and not the get out of jail by any means necessary type.
Do I see the half elf, right?
Yes, you do. They're a little groggy.
And you are?
Oh, my name's Danielle.
Danielle.
Yes, my name is Danielle. She looks more of a ship-shaped person. Almost like a high-level ship-shaped person, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
By now, Iggy would be able to hear Victor is having this conversation. And kind of going through completely.
Oh, so I just went full self-absorbed.
Yeah. You went full self-absorbed, and then once you were done with your story, you are like, oh, he wasn't even listening to it. He's, who is he talking to? Oh, there's more people? Like, that's what it's getting to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
My name's Victor.
What about your Sparky friend over there?
That's Reese.
You mean Iggy?
I mean, Iggy. Sorry.
Yet another Freudian slip.
Hold on. Reverse. That's
Who's your friend?
Iggy.
Who's Sparky over there?
That's Iggy.
Walking up, Ignatius Mammoth of the House of Dawn.
Oh, so he's a smartass. Got it.
Darling.
Well, I have been called many things, and that chief among them, so I guess that'll work.
Darling.
Well, what a cruel, twisted fate it is, then, to be trapped in this wretched cell by my boat be stolen and my dreams be shattered, that I would have to end up to meet the two of you.
You could just say, bugger off and go to hell, and save us all time.
Well, you
Darling.
sound like you were a part of nobility, and so I must have tried to speak in the noble tone. Besides, bickering probably won't get us anywhere. Especially since you
No,
guys
it
got the
won't.
good cell. You guys got the one that at least has the toilet.
And we'll say this for our captors. Actually, no, that's nothing polite to say.
Darling, please. Let's not make things worse than we are right now.
Oh, we haven't even begun to make things worse.
Darling.
You just see Dangale. She runs her fingers across the wooden bars of her cell. Like, I can tell you a little bit about my ship. A little bit about myself. If you would like. If not, it's perfectly fine. I'll shut the hell up in your terms. If you
I
want
was
to figure out.
going to ask, you are the captain of the ship.
Yes.
Would you... Very well, I'll put this as bluntly as I can. Did you not include any, I don't know, secret way out of these cells?
Not for the one that we're in, at least. Those ones are pretty much for the ones on the way back. Ones for higher magical people. But there is at least one fail-safe way for us to get through. If you have any sharp objects on you or anything else like that, you can try picking your way out with the locks. First, you gotta get out of those cufflinks first.
Do I have anything left on me?
Investigation check, please.
Alright, now
I
listen
guess
up,
I'll
you
do the
little
same thing
shit.
as well.
I will take that
I'll take that too.
23 total.
17.
Okay.
I got a 19 on the die. Threatening your dice works. You heard that here.
You see, relatively close to you, off in the distance, it would take a stretch, but you see an iron pick not far from you. You like almost if it's like something that we'd use to like fix details with a cannon. You see the bucket that you have in your room, a plate with basic biscuits that look definitely stale and disgusting, and a single rotten apple. Victor, on your side, you primarily have said bucket. You see what looks like to be possibly a window. You're able to see that it's currently storming outside. And you see what looks like to be what you think to be is a bone.
Can I just, like, try and break the chains off me?
You can try.
Okay.
'Cause, first things first,
I was asking about any of my gear or
Yeah, you have no gear on you, hun.
nothing.
Nothing. It's
No.
all
Nothing. Okay.
Mobari sees you struggling, and he kind of chuckles. He's like, they usually keep that shit in the treasury, captain's quarters. get out of here. Captain's quarters should be... Oh, well, you're the captain. Yes, I am the captain. It's not that far from here, actually. We just have to make it past the stairs and either see whoever's guarding captain's quarters, or we try the back way and we try to climb up through the hatch.
Okay. Well, first things first, I'm gonna rage. So.
Okay.
I'm gonna reach for the pick.
Okay. You're gonna need to do let's see, you're stretching, so I don't know if that would be an athletics or if that would be a dexterity.
For who?
For Iggy.
Oh, okay.
I would probably call that an acrobatics.
Okay. Then we'll do acrobatics.
For the dex, because that combines the dex and the athleticism.
Okay. Then that's what we'll do.
Okay. 17.
Okay. As you go, you kind of flick your fingers a little bit through. As you go to reach it, you're not able to get it with your pointer. You're not able to get it with like a huge thing. So as you take a deep breath, you're able to just grab it by your pointer finger and your middle finger. As you slowly start making your way back into the cell.
Okay. Cool.
Hey, if you do manage to figure out how to get out, we could be of help to you. Well, at least I can. I don't know about this bloke.
I was gonna say I'm about to bust out these chains with advantage.
Okay.
And
Ooh, okay. So that's a natural 20 plus 2, so that's 22.
Nice. As you go, kind of go, and you're able to rip them off. But as you go, you kind of have Iggy in the crossfire for one of the edge pieces of the chain. So I need you to roll to hit with a d20, please, for me.
Roll low, roll low, roll low. Okay. 11.
Okay. Does 11 hit you?
Oh,
I just barely made it out of that.
As
yeah,
you go,
barely.
you grab the pin, you're like, yeah, I got it. What the fuck? As all of a sudden you just hear with the chains, ting, as it's made a loud noise.
And I'm just gonna be back fiddling with the pick and the cuff and
Darling, allow me. I'm gonna try to get him out.
As you go, you only have one arm. That was for only one arm. So you're one arm free.
I thought it was both arms.
No, it is one arm, my friend. I mean, if you want it to be both, you can do both.
That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to do both arms.
You do it. You see you've made a hole in the ship. Because of it.
That's fine.
The captain got a natural 20, so she sees that. She yells, "My ship! What are you doing to my beauty?" If you're any...
I'm just trying to get us out of here, okay?
Well, you
Anyway.
could have done it with a little bit more respect to my baby.
Anyway, I'm gonna go back to Reese, and that is a 19.
19? Are you trying to break the chain? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to like take the cuffs, like basically like boink.
Okay.
Boink.
Give me 1 second.
So not damaging the walls even more, just the wrist.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So, what did you roll for that?
19.
19, okay. I also got a 19. Use your Arcana. What's your Arcana?
My Arcana is 0.
Okay, I have +1 to Arcana. So, I'm gonna say you break the actual chains off, but you don't break the cuffs.
Oh, okay. So okay.
You're going to need an actual key for the cuffs, and the only way you can get the master key is if you are able to get all the devices that have that magic restraint off. For example, she pulls up her hair a little bit, and you see that hers is like a neck chain. You're not going to be able to do any magic with that.
Really?
I just hate that my crew freaking turn on me. Bastards are going to hire some new people.
Oh,
Each one's going to not get a single cut of their pay if they were forced to do this. You do know where we're heading, right?
not a clue.
We're heading to
Probably wherever your driveling band of galoots is taking us.
Probably heading to Bronzefort. It's where we originally were trying to get away from. Made it to the southern border, was about to hit Quartershire, and then our boat got attacked. And instead of letting me die, they let me come as a prisoner. Telling me that we're probably going to be sacrificed to whatever they are. Holding, at least.
A sacrifice.
Yes.
While this is going on, can I do an attempt at lock picking?
Yes! Yes! Sleight of hand, my friend!
This probably isn't going to go well.
Let's see.
7.
Oh.
Not going well.
You go. You almost break the iron pick.
Give me a moment of silence, and I squat down and I focus real hard on this.
Okay, are you doing your cuffs or are you doing the actual door?
The door this time.
Okay.
For absolute certainty. Just trying to get the door open. 12 on the die plus 3, 15.
Oh, you're able to hear, and then another click. Then you're like, don't say a word. Shut up, shut up, shut up. You're able to get it to where you think all the pins are locked. And as you go to turn it, you hear as you're able to just swing the door open silently. As silent as it can be.
Give the pick a little kiss. Now.
If you're okay with getting the rest of us, I will take back what I said about you being a, what was the word, noble piece of shit.
Those weren't your exact words, but that was your meaning, so let's see if I can do this.
Okay. As you go, I'm going to jump to the other two. I'm gonna take a quick break from you two and go to the ladies. I don't know, can you guys hear us? Hello,
Yeah.
hello, awesome blossom. While we are making this transition, I would also like to talk about a sponsor that we have. Guys, have you ever just really needed energy, but you didn't want to get an energy drink? I don't know about you, but for me, it's very important to always be up and energized, especially since I work a morning shift. So that's why AnyPod is sponsored by Dubby. Dubby is a kind of like a powdery shake and go drink that you're able to use, where you are able to get energy through it that is jitterless, and you don't have that anxiety when you get caffeine hit. And you're able to add it to water, which is really nice, so you are staying semi-hydrated while you are conquering the day with the energy. You can use Anipod, ANIPOD, in all caps for 10% off, and you go to the website wdubby.gg. Thank you again, Dubby, for sponsoring us. Sorry about this intervene, guys. Give me one quick moment. I will be right back. Mm-hmm. Okay. Good luck. No, just leave him. He'll walk up here if he wants to. Yes, please. Love you. Sorry about that, guys. Had a quick talk conversation. But anyways, you guys are able to get yourself into tip-top shape. You guys are able to have the sails down, the mast all set, and you guys are able to set sail. So far the waters have been pretty good, but at the same time they've been getting more and more rockier, and I need you both to roll Constitution. Abby, I need you to roll with advantage. Riley, I just need you to roll a straight roll. Oh, you're still muted, Abby.
I like Renatus because I have a +0 modifier to Constitution.
Okay, well...
That is a very dirty 20.
Oh, Oh, so you're all set. You're like, I've fallen in the Feywild before. How hard can rocking on a ship be? You're having no problem. It's almost like you're a natural
14.
sailor.
14.
14? It's been a while since you've been on a boat, but like you still got your sea legs. Especially for rocky shores. As things are just crashing and going through a little bit here and there. There are a couple places where you guys are able to walk around. You guys got the second layer where all of the storage and things of that nature would be. A little bit of like private quarters, an eating hall, and a couple of hammocks for you guys to sleep on if you wanted to type of ordeal. If you go up onto the docks, there is an upper level where the captain's quarters is. And if you guys wanted to talk more to the captain, that's where you guys would go. Abby, this is all like first nature for you. You kind of know the duties of the ship and everything else. You know where everything is. Even the poop deck. It isn't actually the poop deck, it's actually at the front part of the ship. Fun fact, folks. Ooh. My knowledge of ships is very slim, but I like pirates. So, what would you two ladies like to do? It is storming, so shelter is advised since you guys aren't technically working said ship.
Have I actually gotten to do my like trance rest yet?
Yes, you would have been able to do your trance rest for the last 4 hours of watching. But if you want to have your trance now, you are more than welcome to take trance.
I'll do that now.
Alrighty. As you make your way down, you see a bunch of different hammocks kind of going through. You find one in a corner that's like by a stack of potatoes and like a couple of crates and barrels. So it's not going to swing as much, but it's also hidden so then people don't try to like wake you up type of ordeal. Hops, what you doing?
I'm just getting, were you familiar with a ship to keep that, refreshed?
You go around, you see where all the knots are, you see where all the ties are, you see that the ladder is semi-down, which means that there might be somebody up there, but if not, then it's an easy access for someone to quickly pull down. You have the full liberty to choose if you want to go on top and take a big perception if you want to. If not, then you don't have to worry about that.
Does anyone hurt?
What?
Sure. Let's
Okay.
go,
You're able to
this.
easily, instead of pulling the ladder down, since you are a rabbit folk, you are able to jump to get to where it is, kind of climb up it. You see what looks like to be a sleeping sailor at the top. That was supposed to be the lookout. His name is George. He's a dragonborn. Kind of, oh, Hops! How you doing?
Been good.
Just resting the salty eyes of mine.
Feel that, especially with the weather.
Oh, for real. Got some lightning if you look. Well, right there. See it go throughout the entire boat. Ugh. Well, you want to have a look? By all means, you can have a look. Hands you a little glass to peek out if you want to, and if you want to, you can make a perception check.
It's 9.
9. With all the hustle and bustle of the storm, it's not a terribly treacherous storm. It's actually starting to slowly clear up a little bit here and there. There's only now, like, soon after that big flash of thunder, it's very difficult to see with the reflection. However, you take a slight glance, you could have sworn something had gone under the water, off in the distance. But you couldn't really quite make out of it.
Don't know if my eyes are playing tricks on me, but I think I saw something go under the water.
Oh, we see things go under the water all the time. What? This is not like the one time where we were told rumors of merfolk, yet we've never seen merfolk.
Oh, I was still a little paranoid after traveling through the Feywild.
The Feywild.
Yeah, had a rescue mission.
I remember my days of rescue missions. Only 2. And I was the getaway. Never again.
I got a souvenir at least.
Ah,
It's up the Gazelle shepherd horn.
now that's a prize. Gotta make it into a horn, like an instrument, or looks like the bottom. If you drilled it out, you can make it into a playable horn. If not, it's a good canister.
Kind of thinking about it. So then, be good for alerting.
I mean, worst case scenario, you can take a bit of fishing net or something like that and just hold it, kind of like make it like a little holster. You can use, put some leather around it. I know a craftsman. Sorry about that. But, you can keep looking if you want to. I don't really see anything with the storm. Kind of waiting for, when it gets closer to night. Then I'm on duty, so.
Okay.
Alrighty. Is there anything that you or Riley, around this point, it should be around the 4-hour mark. It is now around the afternoon. What are you?
I'm gonna make my way up top side.
Alright. As you make it up to the top side, you see people are working on making sure that their cannons are in stationary form, that they're not wheeling about everywhere. You hear the thunder and lightning very loud as it's starting to slowly clear up. As you kind of go through, you're not fully used to the saltiness of the ocean and how the breeze will kind of go through and stuff, so occasionally your eyes will get teary-eyed due to it. However, as you guys are going through and looking onto the docks, I want you to make a perception check.
$11.
Alright. As you go, you start to you get close to the side. Would Riley get close to a side of a ship just to kind of look out or anything else like that?
Yeah.
Alright. As you go to kind of look out, you look off in the distance, and you've heard of things like sea mirages and stuff like that. It's very common. Oh, hi, dog! My dog just came in, guys. One of my dogs. Sorry about that, folks. You start to realize, it looks like there might be something drifting in the water off in the distance. You don't know if it's... What? Hi! Sorry, I have a dog intervention, folks. The dog wants to do his tongue of death and lick the camera. But anyways, you see...
To determine how far away it is?
You would see that it's probably, at a diagonal, maybe 15 feet away. It's within eye level. But it's, bopping back and forth, going side by side. And it looks like someone is slouched over on something.
I'm gonna whistle at the person slouched over the side of it.
Let me see if they hear anything. 7. They do not hear anything. It kind of drifts a little closer. I'm gonna say 10 feet at a diagonal. And you start to see that it's a person that looks like they're knocked out cold. Or at least a human-like figure knocked out cold.
I'm gonna find Hops and be like, hey, you see this, right?
You look around the ship, you don't see Hops anywhere on said ship, but the person that's out there is not Hops.
Now I'm trying to wonder, do I tell someone, or do I leave it alone?
That's your choice.
Do I see her down on the?
You can make another perception check at this point. You've kind of just been lollygaggling and talking here and there.
18.
18. Oh yeah, you see that there is someone off in the distance. You take the spyglass a little bit more, and you see that this is a individual that's not from your ship, but they are definitely overboard nonetheless.
Say to the or ask the Dragonborn. Here, where's his name?
Wow.
Oh, you said George. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
George.
There we go. Took me a second. Name processing had to boot up.
2 hours later.
That's a random person on a driftwood.
Is that?
Should we get him?
That's the worst thing that can be done. As you go, you just hear him yell at the top of his lungs, "Man overboard!" As he starts ringing like a bell that's like off in the distance type of thing. Riley, you hear that yell as loud as it can be as you start to see 2 people grabbing a life preserver going through. You guys have the choice to be the ones that go in and try to save this lad, or you guys can be the ones that try to help throw it off. But as you go, you see this life preserver just be chucked out. As it goes and stuff, you notice that this person is not moving, meaning that they cannot swim to said life preserver.
I'm gonna drop my gear on the ship, and I'm gonna dive in to help.
Alright, Riley, do you know how to swim?
I want to say yes.
And so this is how it works. Because you are doing breathing and breath work, you're going to be using Constitution for swimming.
Fair enough. I'm guessing you want me to use my walking speed at half.
Walking speed at half, but I need you to roll a d20 to see if you can keep yourself afloat.
14.
14. You are able to keep yourself afloat, my friend, as you try to swim out here. This is semi-rough terrain, is considered what it is. You do not feel the bottom of the feet. You are just kicking and kind of going through. You know how to tread water well enough, but trying to swim is a little bit difficult, so your speed's half when it comes to it. But you were able to get a closer look of this individual, and this individual looks like to be a dwarven person, possibly a mountain dwarf type of ordeal. As he's going through, you see that he's rather young, and he looks like to be covered in a lot of blood and a lot of scarring here and there. It even looks like a piece of glass has been put through the shards. Abby, why? Abby, why in the meme? You're supposed to put in the memes chat. For
As a
context,
reaction,
for the context, folks, Abby, I'm gonna let you describe what you put into our little Discord server that we have for just us for planning the show.
Well, Reese put keep an eye out for tentacles.
it reeks of a trap. I'm sorry.
So I put a gif of a lady dealing with an octopus and all the tentacles, and she looks real happy.
I hate that.
It's tentacles.
I hate that with every fiber of my body, guys.
It's tentacles by tentacles.
So, I'm gonna regret saying this. Guys, I'm scared of swimming with fish. I don't know why. I feel like, even if they're harmless, they're all gonna hurt me. So I have a deep fear of deep sea diving, or even diving in general, when there's fish around.
It's not the fish, it's the carnivores that get me, and the possibility of drowning.
For me, it's the overstimulation of something that has, like, the equivalent of feeling like a wet hot dog touching my body.
Yeah.
There we go. Now that I've told the world my fear of fish. I'm sorry, Yuki. I'm sorry, Reese. I'm sorry.
You get that out of my head now. Ugh.
We'll get copyright strikes, but never mind. Anyways, you see that this individual definitely is knocked out conscious. It looks like he might be at, if you were to look at hit points, probably 1 hit point. So as you go to grab him, you are able to grab the life preserver. The crew starts pulling. Hops, if you want to, you can assist with pulling if you want to.
Yeah, I'd jump down by then.
Okay. You would have seen Riley jump into the water type of ordeal. Thinking to yourself, does Riley know how to swim? Oh, looks like Riley knows how to swim. Cool. Let's go.
So just a straight strength check.
Yeah, just straight strength.
That's another one I have +0 in.
Oh,
all
Hobbs.
dex. But I rolled an 18.
18. Oh, yeah, you're able to help this crew out no problem when it comes to it, especially when it comes to the hoisting up onto the deck. First, you see Riley. Riley, you're able to climb yourself out. You weren't connected to the life preserver at all. You are definitely drenched and soaked, so one of the crewmates grabs you with what looks like to be the equivalent of a really tattered and torn blanket to kind of wrap you up and dry you off type of ordeal.
Good enough.
And then you see people that are going around and kind of not crowding over, but definitely looking over and stuff. And you see that a portion of this dwarf's leg has been cut off, so he has, on one side he has thigh, nothing, and then leg. When it comes to it. You see the ship's crewmate's equivalent of a cleric or a medic coming through type of ordeal and is trying to cast their magic for healing and stuff to stop the bleeding to make sure that they're at least, at least a 1 to 2 hit points and that he's not bleeding out to death. Going through. But do you want to investigate anything or do you guys want to just watch this all happen?
I want to see if there's anything suspicious
Okay.
about him.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I got a 16 on investigation.
Okay. What you see are bite marks, shards of what you can appear to be shards of tiny specks of sea glass being dug into the cheeks and the neck and just the very face of this individual. Parts of his beard have been completely cut off, and in dwarven culture that is a sign of disrespect when it comes to it. You see right by his hip what looks like to be a dagger of some sort, except it's not a dagger that you're used to. Usually daggers have, the little part, the handle part where if you try to stab, you won't get hurt type of ordeal. This one...
The hilt?
Yes, the hilt, thank you.
The guard?
I couldn't word for a hot second. But this one is decorated in a odd way. It has fine grooves around it. And it looks like when it comes to it, it has a little bit of a knuckle guard to it with what appears to be kind of like a fin, like a gill fin, sticking out as a decorative piece, or like a brass knuckle type of texture to it. So not only can you stab, but you can slice. But it looks like it's about to break at any moment, so it's very fragile. But this is no weapon that you've seen on land.
Can I do an Arcana check on the dagger?
Yeah.
Math, 13.
You go and you place your hand around just to kind of analyze the dagger. And as you look at it, it's definitely showing some bioluminescence, meaning that it does glow in the dark when it comes to it. But other than that, there isn't much of a magical aspect to it. If this was anything,
is it possible
notice
to remove it from him without killing him?
You can try.
Would that be under medicine?
Yes.
$11?
Okay. You are one step under his armor class. So you just make it to the point where you're like, you pull it out slowly, start to see the blood start to gush out of it, as you're like, hold on, let's bandage this puppy up real quickly. You grab your stuff, cut a little bit of the rusty ass, like, the crockety blanket, and you press it on his neck as you slide it out. And then you kind of hold your thumb there until the cleric's able to do his magical stuff to make sure that it's bandaged up properly. You now have a deep sea merfolk dagger in your possession. It does the equivalent of the same stats of a dagger that's normal, except the only perk with this one is that it glows in the dark, and it also does 1d4 slashing damage if you choose to do so.
You said deep sea merfolk dagger?
Yeah. You could call it the DMF dagger. DMFD. If you need to abbreviate it on your character sheet notes. You all of a sudden start to see the captain come out and be like, well, get him some rest, and after that we're gonna have to question him. By the looks of the way he's coming, we might have company later. Or if not, we might witness what we could have been company. We're gonna...
What did you say was the stats on that?
We'll actually go on a break, so then we all are able to take a quick break, and then we can discuss that. Is everyone cool with that?
Okay.
Coolio. So, folks, we will be right back. Once I get that kind of going through. me. Alrighty, folks, we are coming back. I promise we're coming back. Just trying to get everything kind of tip-top shape when working through. And we are back. We have been hydrated. We have been snacked. We've been relaxed. And welcome back, everybody. Well, oh boy, you can hear my voice in the background. Give me one quick moment. Okay. So, where we left off, we just finished figuring out that there was a man overboard on the ship that the ladies are on. And the men and non-binary friends are trying to get out of their cell. And they successfully, got out of their cell. And we're going to go back to you folks. What are you two doing right now? You just got out of your cell.
I think we'd probably go to the other cell.
Yeah, we were working on getting the others out.
Alrighty.
Yes.
Well, these ones are made out of wood. So I will say they are easier to break apart when it comes to it.
Eldritch Blast.
Roll. Oh, you gotta roll it, my friend.
I know. Oh, 22.
Alrighty. What's the damage, my friend?
Right. And 9 points of damage.
You just hear the two of them that are by the door just go, like, ow, fuck. Didn't know we were gonna be part of the splash zone.
I was going to get them out quietly.
Just forget about quiet at this point. With the storm, we should be tone deaf. You just see Morbari just blowing on their wrist to kind of get the feeling of burning sensation kind of off them.
Yeah. You don't happen to have a secret way up to the captain's quarters from here, do you?
Well, if you get us out of this chain so then we're mobile, I'll tell you where it is. And actually, I'll show it to you, and we can get some weapons as well. Temporary weapons till we get to the treasury.
Can I try and rip the door
Vicky,
off?
dear, would you...
No, the door's already been ripped off. You Eldritch splashed the door to the point where it disintegrated itself, and now it smells of burnt wood, which is... I'll keep that silent for now.
Lord.
Let's just say
Alright.
I'm rolling for commotion.
Oh, dear Lord.
And while you work on getting them out of their bindings, I'm going to try and get myself out, working the pick and the lock for
Yeah.
my own cuffs.
Yeah. So those ones look more like a puzzle than anything when it comes to it. And it's simple. Just give me one quick moment. I gotta review said puzzle so then I make sure I don't mess it up. Sorry, folks. I am really bad at said puzzle. You see on your wrist, on your left wrist, you have 24. On your right wrist, you have, on your right wrist, you have 3. And if you were to inspect the collar, you would see 8 on it. There are little movements that will go into different symbols. One being a dash, another one being what looked like to be a rune, another one that looks like to be a X, and another one that looks like to be a minus. You can see that the one on the neck is the one that controls it primarily. But if you were to put like wrist, neck, wrist, that is something that you can do. Or if you do wrist, wrist, neck. It's a combination. Oh, I just dropped my phone. It's a combination of them all. You can roll for an investigation, and I'll consider that a hint. If you need it. But if not, the choice is up to you.
I'll do that investigation. Okay. 11.
Math.
Okay, so
Every D&D player's worst nightmare.
Math.
I didn't know there was a neck one before. I do now. Okay, so the left wrist was 24.
4.
24. Right wrist was
3.
3. And then the neck had
8. And it has a twist on the back of it. So then you can try to figure out one of the 4 symbols. One that's a rune, the other one that is a dash, another one that is a minus sign, and another one that looks like to be a X.
all right. Okay.
Same, Abby, same. I'm sorry, if I knew the combination off the top of my head, I'd be able to help you.
That's all right. I'm gonna turn the dial or the thing on the back of the neck for the slash.
Okay. And then how are you positioning your cuffs to the collar?
24 divided by 8 equals 3.
You just hear click, and it goes through. As it just opens everything. Congratulations, guys! It took you 2 minutes to do simple math.
I'm queer. I'm a big old. I don't do math.
Hi.
Is my plus dyslexia / dyscalculia is.
I have the biggest dyscalculia, hence why I used a calculator quickly to make sure my math was correct.
I was overthinking because I was like, no, it can't be that simple. It can't be that simple.
Well, here's the thing.
It
I'll
was.
give you a tip. If you had done multiply, so if you were to do multiply, you would have locked everything tighter to the point where you were choking, where she was going to be choking. Hence why you needed to divide. So then you loosen it. Because you're taken away from 24.
That's what
Oh, I thought that was on me.
No. On her. On the
I
captain.
was trying to open mine.
Oh, well, you did all 3 at the same time. Because you needed to do all 3 at the same time in order to open it.
Cool.
So, you go, you kind of just, you just hear, like, all of a sudden, like, a gasping breath out of the captain. As then her chains are able to come off. At this time, Victor, I'm going to say that you were able to easily just break the chains off of the other person. And he's kind of, like, skittish. He's like, really, I'd rather just be a prisoner at this point. I don't got any fighting skills. I don't got anything to do with that. I'm just a simple kettle maker.
And I pick them up and land them on their feet.
If you
And
insist.
a quick produce flame just to make sure it's back, and then snuff it.
Yes, you have your magic back.
Looking at the captain.
Just don't burn the
I'm
ship.
not afraid. Yeah, see, about that. I'm not afraid to burn this ship.
Well, if you burn my ship, I will find you, and you owe me a new ship.
You do that? You do with me.
Technically, it's not your ship anymore. You were mutinied. But let's try and go get your ship back in your hands.
For sure, for sure. You just see her go to the back corner where her captain's hat is, and she kind of plops it on real quickly. Have to keep my good posture and good looks when it comes to it. Now follow me as you guys start making your ways through the tiptoeing of the crowd. Wow, these sailors are dumb. I'm rolling 3s, I'm rolling 4s, I'm rolling 2s. They don't hear shit.
Damn.
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it.
As you are able to make it to the back, you see her kind of knock on a potato sack, of all things, then knock again on a barrel, and then twist what looks like to be a little metal knob, as all of a sudden just a hatch door kind of just swings open. Be quickly now. This is only a short way. As she goes and stuff, she makes sure everyone's in, and then she closes the door. As she goes, she herself will do a quick produce flame on her fingertip. She kind of goes through with the lights and stuff. Watch out for any small spiders or things of that nature. Don't know how fragile you folks are, but one of you doesn't look like to be so fragile. No offense. As it kind of goes through, she's able to go and she finds the hatch. She slightly goes up to push on the board, and whoever wants to look can go and check it out. She doesn't have to be the first one on top. But it does cascade a little bit of light and coverage for us.
Yeah, I'll go and take a look.
Okay. As you go up, you do hear the sounding of footsteps kind of walking through.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the glorious sounds of what you could assume to be treasure and equipment kind of be like prance through, like as if someone's running their hands through it type of ordeal. And it sounds like there are 2 individuals in there. Do you keep listening, or what are you doing?
I'm gonna see if I'm gonna wait to see if they move off.
Yeah. So, we should be, hopefully after the storm, we should be in Bronzefort within, I want to say 2 days, but I can try to make the speed faster if we do a little gust of wind. Besides, I know that beast is getting hungry. Yeah, about the beast. How do we know we're not going to be the ones to get eaten? Well, you see, the spies of Evermore are very loyal to their word. If you bring a sacrifice, then you do not get eaten. We get paid our ransom. And whatever that beholder wants, and whoever's control it is, I don't give a fuck who's it's controlled. These people are paying, and they're paying good. And as long as we don't end up on the bad side of things, we can go back to our normal business. Besides, what deal do we have when it comes to people from Chalkit? Well, if you say that, I'm just, I don't know, I've just never seen a monster like that, you know? Just one big creature and big eye and... You're saying you've never seen a beholder before. How stupid could you be? It's like one... What?
I'm not saying I've never seen one, I'm saying...
Oh no, this is stuff that's going on upstairs. Like, up above.
Okay.
This is all...
I thought it was like Captain and Dude.
Yeah, no, it ain't Danielle and Morbaya, so... it's the people that are at the top. we'll say V1
Okay.
and V2,
Got it.
from what you're
Are
hearing.
they? Is there a way to peek out visually?
You can push up the board a little bit more, but you're gonna have to roll stealth for that. And roll with
All right.
disadvantage because you are below them,
Like they're right above.
basically, from what you can hear.
All right. Don't fail me.
Come on.
Okay, one of you decided you weren't even going to stay in there, so let's try you again. Okay. Stealth
Yes.
12.
You go, and as you go to lift up the floorboards, you hear it from the crickety boards.
Okay, hearing a creak.
Yes. You hear them stop talking for a hot second as one of them just walks around, just... Anyways, as I was saying, it's very important that we at least finish up our business there, so that we can make it more down to the south border, especially with whatever rumors they have going through. However, I do know that we have to find one individual. That way we have all our loose ends pretty much set, and also the cult has been keeping their eyes on this one for a while, and a couple of their members beforehand. Give me one moment. She kind of goes, you hear ruffling of papers and things like that. Ah, here it is. Gale. Blind archer. Sounds easy enough, but she's definitely able to be seen before. She's able to hear, has the keen hearing of anyone imaginable. Get too close, and that bow and arrow of hers will just... She is part of the key to making sure that that beholder stays in that city, and making sure that that group doesn't interfere with the Evermore group. Well, anyways, on with you. We have duties that we have to keep on going through, and I need to go to the deck to make sure everything's shape for when we do gust of wind. As that's going through, you wait a moment and hear complete silence. What do you do?
I am going to come up through the floor, ready to do uh ooh, dang.
By the way, you're the only one that heard that. No one else heard that.
Ready to do a burning hands and choke a biznatch.
Alright.
Okay.
As you go, are you trying to lift your way up? Quietly? Okay. You're able to move this floorboard up and get through, and at first you think you need to choke a bitch, but instead you're able to just, see that it was just a statue of what could be a cat. Or anything else like that. Kind of spooks you a little bit as you go to burn hands on it, and you see that it's just a statue, and as you get up, you see that you're in the treasury. You are quickly able to find your stuff.
Pocket watch, put that right back in its little holder. Sword on here, put everything back on. Come back over. It is clear.
Alrighty.
What? Like you're on. Ah, that feels a lot better.
Alrighty. And with that, you see the captain grab her stuff. You see the captain grab what you could assume to be the captain's sword. She's able to sheath it back. Looks at Mordiah and is like, Here. Take this. It's like a basic club. So you're not good at fighting, but at least you need some form of protection. That or you can just hide in here like a cat that you pretty much are at this point.
I stroke the little cat statue between the ears. It's okay. She doesn't mean it.
Oh no, that was my first mate.
Oh,
Oh.
Yes, she lost her last wife not too long ago, but other than that, she was a good ally and a good fighter in the facts.
interesting.
What, your first mate doesn't have to be a human.
Huh.
True.
And besides, it's better to call people pussies when you're able to make sure that they're dying and going off into whoever's locker it may be at the bottom of this ocean pit. It's better than calling them that than a dog.
Bill's rat seems more suitable out here, but...
More like a sewage rat.
And now, shall we commence the reclamation of the ship?
Well, first things first is what did you hear? As you go, you see that she locks a couple of the hatches and then casts alarm. I'll let you know if people are going to be coming in or not.
They wanted us for a sacrifice to a beholder in order to get into the city, I think it was. The cult has taken over. Evermore?
Evermore.
Evermore people, group, clan, cult. It was a little difficult to make it all out, but I think that was the gist of it.
Do you know where they were from or anything else like that? Did you get any word of their home city or...
Were they not your own crew?
No, no. No one... I've never heard Evermore before in my life.
Oh no, they were talking about people within the city. Sorry, there's one detail that I'm a little hung up on. Turning to Victor, they're looking for Gale.
Why Gale?
Something about her keeping the peace, making sure that the beholder stays put.
So you're noticing the fact that maybe Gale may be holding something?
It was she was holding the beholder back or in place.
Would you like some DM's help? A DM's recap?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you overheard is that they are trying to look for Gale because Gale is known for the Spies or the Thieves Guild of Bronzefort. She's like the Robin Hood of the area. And so she is basically a danger to the cult of Evermore because she can start a rebellion. And because she used to be, you would know because of her power, she can hold an item and be able to see through that item.
Oh.
She is a dangerous...
The psychometry.
Yeah. She is a very dangerous threat to the Spies of Evermore. Or other known as the, you finally have a name to that cult that's in chocolate. Cough, cough, Riley, cough, cough.
So, basically, Gale was like a spy to the city? So, Gale is basically a spy for the city.
Essentially.
She's like the Robin Hood of the city, if that makes it easier.
Right. Yeah. Why would she steal from that city specifically?
I think we'll find out when we arrive.
Right. So, Captain, what is the move?
Well, at this moment, you just hear, like, almost as if there's, like, a strong buildup. And at Riley and Hops, you kind of hear a slight swiver of just a sound. As all of a sudden, you guys hear, or you guys feel a bit of a stronger wind kind of push you guys through. But for Iggy and Victor, you feel like all of a sudden just this boat that was going at like whatever pace it was, almost going to like a pace, as if it's doubling its speed. Going through.
Oh.
As if a large spell of gust of wind has gone through, as if more than one person cast it at the same time, trying to push the mast closer and kind of going through.
This might be a dumb decision. Can I earthbind the ship?
You know what? I'm gonna roll against it because you're in water.
Okay.
So,
Strength of 14 saving throw.
well, I was just gonna be like, if it's possible type of ordeal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I need you to roll against me.
Alright.
I'm in all the seaweed.
It's a base roll.
Yep. 10.
And now you have the chance to either roll a second roll and add that, or you can keep it as what it is.
I'm gonna add a second roll. 18! That's a lot better.
Alright. So, what earthy things are down in the sea, primarily? That would be things like kelp,
Probably like stone, like rocks.
coral
in the
stones.
water. Yeah.
Give me one quick moment, my friend. Explain to me how you're doing this. Because,
Like, I'm basically generating okay, so everyone just sees Victor's arms just start to glow as he closes his hands, like not too squeezed like to crush the whole ship, but like just summon a punch of energy that just forms around as like kind of like things from the water just puts hold on the ship from underneath the ground.
well, you are going to have to do a competitive strength against said gust of wind. I will say that.
Okay.
As all of a sudden, you feel from underneath the boat almost like a tilting sound, like feeling as if something bumped the very bottom part of the boat.
Okay.
Alright, so I need you to roll for it to see if you stop the gust of wind.
16.
Alright. Also, folks, I know that this is not how magic works in D&D, but we are homebrewing this because it's cool. So, it's by the rule of cool right now for all you lawyers out there. I know it's not supposed to be like this. I know this is not how magic works. But you know what? It is cool, and so we are doing it anyways type of ordeal. As it goes, you start to hear in the back of your head just a little look on the desk when you're done, darling, and oh, by the way, counter spell. As all of a sudden you feel as if the boat is now stuck in place, as if a bunch of different anchors were just holding the ship down, as if you were getting divine assistance. As this is going through, you just hear at the top deck, all of you, what's going on? Can't you get your backs? Put your backs into it! Is this the only spell you know how to do? As this is going on, you also hear, very faintly, since you guys are lower the deck, just the sound of very faint and bubbly. As you're going through,
Captain,
you're able to hold it for a while. She's like, you're not going to be able to hold it forever. I don't think they're going to come down here for a bit. But if you could stall it for as much for your little friends, do you think you've got friends that are coming or anything else like that?
Probably.
We should if my pup did the right thing.
Alright. Is there any way you can cast a message or anything else like that to your crew or something? Like an SOS or something?
And then you just hear Victor as he's struggling. He's like, I can cast message, but kind of in a moment I'm busy.
Hold on, let me check in. Turning and just do another sending to the pup. Hopefully they were smart and brought him with them.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, they did.
Okay, good.
That was discussed before the beginning of today's episode, so...
Stolen ship. Pick up the pace. Not sure how much longer we can keep this up.
Alright. I rolled a natural 20. So your puppy definitely heard you. It means that you guys are within a good distance.
Oh.
Not to the... You guys are still a bit far off, but... Hops, you, during all this commotion and stuff, start to see, Cerberus do his little puppy thing of trying to get word to you, like, alert. Like...
Do I know of anyone on my ship that can, like, cast speak with animals?
Yeah, you can roll an intelligence quickly.
17.
17. Alright. You know that there is a crewmate named Savannah. She is a druid and that she is naturally able to speak to animals. And so as she kind of goes up to this puppy, it's like, oh, that ain't a puppy. That ain't a normal puppy.
I know.
No. You know it's a hellhound, right?
We found it in the Feywild, and our friend that got kidnapped is connected to him.
Oh. Well, if they're able to cast message this far, it means that we're at least not a day behind, but half a day behind. Sounds like they can't keep it up for much longer in some way. I don't know if they stopped the wind or if they did something, but... Victor, can you roll me a constitution to see how good you are at concentrating right now? I'll give you advantage because your mother helped you counterspell.
Oh, thank God. Natural 20!
Oh, you're holding this. You are able to hold this for, like, at least a total of 30 minutes. If you absolutely need to.
I'm going for it.
You just hear, the two of you also hear just commotion at the top as if the person that is the captain currently of said crew is really get your backs to it, cast another one. I don't care if you run out of spell slots. Like, completely rude when it comes to it. As this is going through, the druid back at the other ship's like, do you have, like, a photo or a clear description of what this person may look like, or an emblem, or something that would
Fire
resemble...
Genasi.
Okay, I know a couple Fire Genasis.
I want to say House of Dawn.
She's gonna roll to see if she knows what the emblem is. That's a 4? She don't know.
You spend all this time being a noble of the people, and the people don't know you.
Doesn't mean that they know you because you guys are on the east.
Yeah.
These people are from the West. They're from West Side.
Hey, this is an East Coast West Coast rivalry. We all on the same side.
New England gang through and through. Anyways, sorry. She starts to think and everything else like that. I was like, do you have like a weapon that you know that they would have, or a color, or an emblem if you're able to draw their emblem or something?
I still have that guitar that Iggy gave me.
That
I'm gonna
works.
pull the guitar out.
That works. She places her hands on the guitar, and then she's gonna cast a message. She's like, I only have a couple words.
Ooh.
You only got 10 words.
Carefully.
Heading that way. Hold tight. That's 5.
Mm-hmm.
Brought Serby.
Okay, you got 3 more.
Out of character, do we want to add it? And a gator.
Oh yeah, this gator, by the way, has been put into one of the cells. It has been trying to nom at things. It has not been a good boy.
It's been a very good boy.
It got into a sack of potatoes earlier.
It's a feral gator.
It'd be funny.
He's basically he's the Loki gator.
So feral.
He is just the embodiment. Oh gosh, he's the embodiment of chaos, and if he doesn't like that, then he will just go into chomp chomp mode.
Angsty teen gator.
More like your drunk uncle at New Year's Eve. Not my words. Just let's leave it at that.
Yep.
But which one?
We could add
the fun one.
Gator.
Okay. And a gator. Alright.
Reese, Iggy hears all of this. Which means that you guys are within at least a half a day's length by sea. Or just at the very tip of message.
Well, I got a response. They're on their way. They have brought Serby, which good on them. But this is the confusing part. And a gator.
Hold on. You're telling me that they befriended a gator?
Yes, it seems they left us to rot for some time and decided a gator was worthy of collecting.
That rage allows you to hold on a little longer if you focus that rage.
I'm still raging, by the way.
Okay,
still raging.
reckless raging. Oh yeah, that rage is helping you.
Like you can see Victor's hair just starts to glow furiously white.
Because you are in the ocean, I'll say this. You're starting, instead of having it be streaks, you're starting to have, like, orbs or, like, little, like, dots instead kind of just, like, move about since you are in water. So it's kind of like it's pulsating as if some bioluminescent fish will have on themselves.
Oh, okay.
Just because you're in the ocean. It's like a texture pack.
Oh, okay, so that was kind of like water chains. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it. Like, okay, water.
Like, you have the earth itself, like, helping from
water.
below, but it's also, like, it's still from the water, but because the magic is in the water, your illumination is in the vibe of water.
Gotcha. Alright, cool.
Yeah. So I just kind of, like, stroke down his hair a little bit and give him a rub across the shoulders. Keep holding tight on that.
You got it, darling.
A thing or not a thing? nicknames, ship names? You guys are on a ship, right? Your own ship, or is it just your own crew? So we're doing pet names, and I'm gonna call you Sparks. I'm gonna call you Ragey McRageface, and I'm gonna call you Battered Fried and Tenderly Steamed.
And as soon as it says, the rage just keeps building, and the chain of power just...
Listen, I'm just trying to make sure your friend is still angry, so then he can keep focusing. No offense.
None offense taken.
I think he's taking some of the offense.
I think he has taken some offense as well.
I will give a proper apology later.
Yes.
And I'll give you 25%. You and your crewmates, I'll give whatever is on here. I still need my rations to get through and make sure the ship is paid through, but let's say 250 gold for the two of you, if the ship is in one piece.
Each.
Each, yes, each.
You have yourself a deal.
Good. Scratches I don't mind, but if this thing becomes a wreck, that's a different story. And with that, you start to hear at the top of the deck, there's something holding the sides!
No, they're on to us. But not us. Let it be that they think it's divine intervention.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for that. I'm gonna roll and see if one of them says that. If it's low, then I have to yell it. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I think the gods have failed us here. At least that beholder might be on the way. Either way, at least it's not some stupid tentacle monster holding us here. I rolled a nat one.
Instantly, like, touch the cuff of Bastet. Just, thank you.
You just hear in the back of your head for the first time just a little...
We'll have it.
Indeed, my child, indeed. And as that's going through, you start to hear too, there's another ship on the way! It's in the back! As this is holding on, we're gonna leave it there, folks! Thank you, everybody, for joining today's episode. If you liked it, please make sure you like and subscribe, and comment below and see if you have any ideas for this campaign. I might take you up on the chaotic ideas that you folks have. Anyways, regardless, make sure you guys know